Invitational here at Cal Tire Place North in Vernon. It's the afternoon games now. Morning is over. Got a break for workshops for lunches. Now it's time to get hockey back and going. And we're about to see Black versus Gray. Team Black versus Team Gray. Zach Stewart on the call with you for the UMH-68 Invitational throughout the weekend. Already seen two high-paced, fun, and exciting games, and now time for some more. In the morning games, we saw Team Gray beat Team Red 6-4, and then we see Team Blue beat this Team Black 7-4. As we get ready for these two teams to square off against each other, let's take a look at the rosters once again, give you a reminder of who's on which team. Starting with Team Black, there's defenseman number 2, Isaac Zeman. Max Darlow is number 3. Number 4, Evan Bragg with number 5, Jake Hughes. Number 6, Lucas Tang. Number 7, Ethan Evans. All the defensive core here for Team Black in this contest, going up against Team Gray. Up front, the forwards, TJ Padolin, Mars Zhang, number 10, Elliot Foguklu, number 11, number 12, Chase Brum, number 13, Hendrik Hesselgrave, number 14, Desmond Croy, number 15, you got Mason Austin, 16, Michael Sung, and 17, Avery Bliss in net. The two goalies for Team Black. You have Oakley Speckman and Taylor Clark. Speckman played the first game this morning, so you have to assume that Taylor Clark will play this second game here against Team Gray at the UMH-68 Invitational. And now we'll take a look at Team Gray here in Vernon for this tournament. Game number 3 of the day. Let's look at Team Gray's roster. On the back end, on the blue line, we have number 2, Sean Bourget. Number 3, Jack Bodal. Number 4, Marcus Shee. Number 5, you got Austin Joyce. Number 6, Devin Manhas. And number 7, Logan Adkins is the defense on Team Gray, as they got a 6-4 win over Team Red in the morning games. Up front, number 9, Stefano Tranolans. Number 10, Easton Medved. Number 11, Ethan Tang. Number 12, Sutter Rouse. Number 13, you got Brady Drulis. 14, Lance Bryant. Number 15, Tate Davis. Number 16, Kobe Bolts. And number 17, Kingston Prenalslow. In net, the two goalies for Team Gray here at this tournament is number 29, Mason Baptiste, and number 33, Luke Kosher. And like I mentioned with Team Black, Mason Baptiste got the start in the morning game, so you'd have to safe to assume that Luke Kosher is going to get the start in net for Team Gray here in this afternoon game. Let's take a look at who scored goals here for both teams so far on the day. Let's start with Team Gray. They have 6 goals so far, scored all 6 in the morning game, and those 6 goals were scored, 1 by Stefano Treadlance, 1 by Easton Medved, 1 by Ethan Tang, 1 by Brady Drulis, and 2 by Kobe Bolts. And on the other side, for Team Black, they lost 7-4. They lost 7-4 against Team Blue, and those 4 goals were scored by Ethan Evans, Mars Zhang, and Michael Sung. So those are all the goal scorers so far through these 2 games, through this one game for these 2 teams. I mentioned Oakley Speckman got the start for Team Black. He took the loss, but he played a great game of hockey. Really dominated in the bad bounces, in the scrambles in front. And on the other side, Mason Baptiste, he also did good at controlling all the scrambles in front of the net. Played a great game of hockey. So safe to assume we're going to turn our attention to Luke Kosher for Team Gray and Taylor Clark for Team Black to get this 3rd game of the day underway. First time these 2 teams, and potentially only time these 2 teams meet up against each other here in this tournament. You take a look at the schedule for the rest of the weekend. So the only other game tonight is going to be Team Blue against Team Red coming up after this game tomorrow you got 2 games in the morning, gray against blue and red against black. And then in the afternoon, 2 games, same schedule as today, but the afternoon 2 games tomorrow is going to be the 4th place team against the 1st place team and the 2nd place team against the 3rd place team. And then the 2 games on Sunday is going to be pretty much a bronze game and a gold medal game between these 4 teams, as Team Black is all done, ready to go. Got to give the puck bag over to Team Gray and get ready to get this started. If you're taking a look in net for Team Black, you got quite the difference in goalies. You had Oakley Speckman start the first game starting at 5'10", and then you have Taylor Clark starting this game standing at 5 feet tall. So it's quite the size difference in net for this Black team. On the other side, for Team Gray, Mason Baptiste started this morning standing at 5'6". Now you got Luke Kosher at 5'4". So similar statures for Gray goalies, as all the pucks are collected. Everyone's skating around, getting ready to get this game number 3 of the day underway here from Cal Tire Place North Arena. Both teams lining up at center ice. And we're underway here. Team Gray against Team Black in this first period. Team Black is going from broadcast left to right. Team Gray from right to left, as Team Black in the offensive zone to the right quickly. Podolin looks for a point pass to Darlow. Snaps the shot, looking for a tip. Nice kick save there. Early save, early opportunity. But a save by Kosher as the play goes to the left corner. Gets sent out around the end boards. Stepping up, trying to get a stretch pass. Podolin able to intercept it. Puck stuck at the half boards on the near hand side of the ice. Zhang goes to the point, another shot from distance. That one just wide of the post, as that one stays into the right corner. In offensive zone for Team Black. Team Gray needing to get that one out and cleared out by Boydall. Boydall up towards Davis on the far hand side, entering the offensive zone, trying to get by a defender. Does so successfully, but Podolin able to tie him up as Team Black comes away with the puck. Turnover in the offensive zone. She sends it back down deep, just out of the reach of Prinsalo, forcing Team Gray to recuperate with Grady Drulis in the neutral zone. Turnover onto the tape of Sung for Team Black, trying to enter the offensive zone. Sung working his way back into the neutral zone. Got Avery Blair with him. Avery Bliss with him offensively. Now a stretch pass up, off to the races. Trent lands, his shot is just high of the net, off the end boards. Coming back out the other way. Trying to stay pace with Sung, entering into the offensive zone. Puck behind the net now, he'll take it. As that one's now worked back, Bourget trying to break his way out as well. Bourget still trucking along with the puck, the defenseman leading it to the red line and then sending it down, no icing. As grabbing the puck on the near hand side is Menved. It gets bumped off the puck, still trying to pressure in the far corner, an offensive zone. Team Gray still looking for their first shot on goal here in this game, after winning 6-4 against Team Red earlier this morning. Still in the offensive zone with the puck. Tang able to stir that one down. Medved centering pass, too hot to handle, but Menhas steps up. Menhas looks to stick handle his way towards the net. Big 6'1" defender. Gets it to Henveld to the shot. Medveld able to get that one on net. Adkins holds the blue line, trying to angle it back down to Medved, unable to do so, but Manhas right there to keep it in possession of Team Gray, looking for a pass over, unable to find one, but able to control the puck. Adkins, the side quickly to Bryant, he's trying to keep up with the puck, two-hand shot at it, now trying to just push it down towards his stick, able to grab possession, another shot off the side of the net. 16:45 to go here in the first period in a 0-0 scoreless game between Team Black and Team Gray. Team Gray still in possession of the puck, but out of the zone, have to send it back in and go on the dump and chase. Bryant and Rouse still onto the offensive zone. Bump off the puck by Ethan Tang, but that one's taken away. Boydall walking in, taking a shot off, in and out of the glove. Rebound shot off the side of the net first shot on goal, first save there for Taylor Clark of Team Black as the puck's on the net. And whistle blows. Face-off coming up here. Offensive zone face-off for Team Gray. We'll flip the script here early in this game. First couple minutes was all Team Black. Now the last couple, all Team Gray trying to find that first goal of the game. Team Gray won 6-4 this morning. Didn't have a lead until the third period, playing from behind the entire time until they pulled out the win. Team Black had a back and forth game with Team Blue before Team Blue took over and grabbed possession in the third period as well. Greg for Team Black takes it behind his net, throws it to the neutral zone. On the chase is Joyce, but that will be icing, is the call against Team Black. So coming all the way back down in front of Clark for an offensive zone faceoff for Team Gray. Defensive for Team Black. For Team Black right now, they have their goal scoring line out, with Zhang having a pair, Podolin with some assists as well in that first game. Team Gray with the offensive zone face-off win, thrown behind the net. First one trying to be there is Drulis. Still battling at the half boards, gets it by Zhang, trying to throw it deeper into the corner. Hasn't quite got all the way through. Up into the air. Boydall, he'll grab it just out into the neutral zone, just beyond the blue line, and flip it back down deep. On the attack, Drulis, unable to keep that in, is working their way out, is Team Black. Podolin into the offensive zone, trying to pass beside him. Backdoor feed, tic-tac-toe, and it's in. And Mars Zhang gets another one here in this weekend tournament. It went Podolin to Foguklo, back to Zhang, and tapped it into the net, 15-11. And it's a 1-0 lead for Team Black, thanks to Mars Zhang, his third of the day, first of this game. Saw a couple passing plays like that earlier this morning too. Just nice teamwork for kids that are just thrown together for this tournament. It's really impressive, the high skill level, the chemistry that they play with when they're just kind of thrown in and go have fun. 1-0 is the lead here for Team Black, thanks to Mars Zhang. Hawk in the offensive zone for Team Black yet again, trying to keep it in. Greg trying to get it down deep. Medved getting in the way, but he'll keep trucking along to chase after that puck down deep behind the net of Clark. Out with the puck, trying to pick up speed, racing down the far-hand side of the ice, getting by everyone, taking a shot, getting taken down in the process, missing the net. Great look from the defense, but Medved out the other way. 2-on-0, Medved throws it on net. Tredelance gets there first, centers it to Bolt, unable to connect. As that puck back centered, Adkins looks up and now returns back to Manhas. He'll look to go right down the middle, turnover. Into the offensive zone, Bliss centering feed, Hesselgrave toe save. And whistle, quick whistle there. Puck was still at the end board, but quick whistle here from the linesman, 14-17 in the first period. 1-0 is the lead for Team Black, thanks to Mars Zhang, assisted by Elliot Fogoklu and TJ Podolin on that goal to get things started here in Game 3 of the UMH-68 Invitational. Play behind the end boards, defensive zone face-off won by Team Gray. Now coming out with it, Tang. He'll work up into the offensive zone on the far-hand side, makes a move towards the net, cuts it, shoots in, a save by Clark. And as a loose puck goes on to the far-hand side, Team Black will escape their own zone. Bryant on the back check. He'll grab it and try to work back up into the offensive zone. Making a move towards the front of the net, leave it off Tang. Looks to the point, Manhas takes a shot through traffic, tipped in front, still loose, and it's into the back of the net. A rebound goal for Team Gray, and things are tied up 1-1 with 13:43 to go. Here in the first period, rebound goal tapped in for Team Gray by Sutter Rouse. His first of the day, first of the game, and it's a 1-1. Tie game here with 13:43 to go in the first period. A rebound goal Sutter Rouse. Ensuing face-off at center ice, won by Team Black, working into the offensive zone, but Tang takes over, throws it behind his own net, looking for a pass to the defenseman, and Bodal unable to find one. Podolin, he'll get bumped off the puck, now scramble in the corner, both teams trying to grab possession. Unable to break free as it is Team Black is behind his own net. Austin Joyce works it right down, looking for a stretch pass to Bryant, and a high stick called. Just a stoppage of play, knocking that puck out of the air too high over the shoulders. So 1-1 is the score here. Tie game. Sutter Rouse getting the goal to tie it up, assisted by Devin Manhas and Ethan Tang. Neutral zone face-off just outside of gray territory. Face-off won back by Zhang, the lone goal scorer here so far for Team Black in this game. Podolin goes over to Hughes. Hughes, the defenseman, jumping up in the rush to Zhang. Zhang with the shot, kick save, still loose, but now covered up for a whistle. Covered by Kosher, the gray goalie. Shaken up a little bit, but no worse for wear. Right back into the crease and ready for this face-off coming up to his glove hand side. Face-off, won back by Team Gray. Now just need to get it out of their own zone in front of their goalie. Davis unable to get it out. Zhang keeps it in, but then unable to hold the blue line. Hughes has to come back for Podolin. Podolin storming back in his own territory. He'll look right down the middle, throw it beside him, connecting on a pass and trying to work up back to Podolin. Give and go into the offensive zone. Makes a move around Joyce. In tight and roofs it. Sharp angle shot, and what a shot it is. My oh my, giving Team Black the 2-1 lead. TJ Podolin absolutely sniping one, his first of the day, first of the weekend. And Team Black regains their lead 2-1 over Team Gray. There is very little Luke Kosher could have done about that one. An absolutely perfectly placed shot in deep along the goal line, and it is 2-1 for Team Black. Face off at the logo, won and fired out of play from the neutral zone. 12.5 minutes to go here in this first period in a 2-1 hockey game. Need to collect a new puck and have a neutral zone face-off. Face-off, trying to get pushed forward by Bolt, unable to do so, as Hesselgrave will take over for Team Black into the offensive zone. He gets hammered down to the ice as Bourchette unable to hold it. Bliss goes down low. Hesselgrave on to the attack. He takes a run at Shee. Both of them hit the ice, but back up into the corner. Shee again. He takes another hit by Hesselgrave as Team Black takes over the puck at the blue line. Slamming the break is Sung. He leaves it off. Switching places, snapping a shot just wide of the post, off the netting and out of play. For a whistle and a defensive zone face-off coming up in front of Kosher. Offensive for Team Black in a 2-1 game. Goals in this one so far, Marzang answered by Sutter Rouse, and then TJ Podolin getting his team back in the lead with a goal. Face-off coming, far hand side of the ice. Face-off one back to Manhas. He'll try to exit the zone, intercepted by Croy, but good teamwork there by Team Gray to get it back in possession. Just need to get it over the blue line, and Medved flips it up, looking for Trendelans, who needs to keep up to it. Zeman chips it by him. Zeman's back into the offensive control. The defenseman gets around one wave, centering pass, one-timer fanned on as Bragg able to hammer one from the blue line, goes wide of the net. Medved right there to sacrifice his body. Thankfully didn't need to. As that one goes wide, Zeman at the blue line, sneaks it beside him. Desmond Croy looks down low. Austin has that one knocked off his stick before Manhas takes over. Will skate up ice over the red line and fire it all the way down. Line change starting to take place for Team Grey with the goal scorer Rouse coming onto the ice. Adkins holds the blue line, gets it down low. Rouse trying to apply the pressure, gets spun out to the blue line again. Adkins makes a move around Croy, now driving down the left wing, passes down low, trying to find a centering feed, goes out to Manhas at the blue line, shot on, blocked in front, and off to the races goes the blocker. He gets tangled up. At Zeman takes his man down, but Black recovers the puck into the offensive zone. It's Bragg trying to go one-on-one with Manhas, gets that one poked away. Bryant picks it up behind his own net and leaves it off for Manhas. Coming up on 10 minutes to go here in this first period, nearly halfway down the first of this third game of the day. Bryant finds himself down deep behind the goal line, going one-on-one with Zeman. Out into the neutral zone, getting spun off the puck. Drulis is able to get the puck down deep. Evans back, going against Bryant. Bryant tries to chip it by him into the right corner. Pass back to the point. Bodal with the shot in and out of the glove of Taylor Clark. And then cleared out by his teammates with Zhang now on the rush into the offensive zone. Zhang looking to slide it towards Podolin, unable to connect with him. Wings it to the blue line. Taking his time, passes it up to Drulis, just trickles off his stick as Darlow takes over, centering feed, intercepted again by Bryant, shot on, off the stick in front, and off for a line change. Team Black looking to push the pace again, but Drulis takes that one to offensive zone, turnover off the stick of Zeman. Drulis takes his man down to battle at the end board. Zhang right there to join the fray. Working out to the near side corner, now pass to the point. Joyce with the shot through traffic, tipped in front. A good chest save and cover from Taylor Clark. Active sticks in front, but cool, calm, and collected in the perfect position was Taylor Clark to make that save. 9 minutes to go here in this first period in a 2-1 hockey game in favor of Team Black. And it's back to that goal scoring line of Zhang and Podolin, with those two scoring the goals so far here in this one for Team Black. On the other side, it is Rouse. Turnaround shot in tight, almost finding the back of the net off the tape of Prenislow. Still battling for it. Prenislow picks back up the puck. Centering feed blocked in front. As Team Black and Hesselgrave looks to take over the puck. She backtracking. Just fires it back down deep. Delayed offside, needing to touch up. Prenislow. He'll be the first one there on the forecheck. Board battle. Both teams 2-on-2, digging away for the puck. Comes out free to the right corner, deeper in towards Black territory. Coming up with it. Cutting around 1-2 Team Grey members, now sneaking behind the defenseman is Hesselgrave with the shot into the top corner. And it's a 3-1 game, another perfectly placed shot for Team Black. And this time off the stick of Hendrik Hesselgrave to make it 3-1. Team Black with 8:09 to go here in the first period. And just like the goal from TJ Podolin, nothing that Kosher could have done about that one. Perfectly placed shot in the top corner, just over the blocker side and into the net. 3-1 is the lead here for Team Black. Ensuing face-off won by Team Grey. Manhas has it, skating up, trying to cut towards the middle of the ice. He'll keep bowling his way into the offensive zone, drop it off to Medved. Another shot in and out of the glove of Clark, but then he'll collapse on it and cover it up for a whistle. So Henrik Hesselgrave makes it a 3-1 game. Lone assist right now going to Jake Hughes. Face off, one forward by Team Grey, thrown in front, still loose. Cleared out, Manhas picks it up. He'll take a shot, tipped just wide. His bolts couldn't quite get there either. Manhas trying to step up, can't hold the zone. Slid past him, brief 2-on-1 into the offensive zone. Takes a shot into the chest and covered up by Kosher. Nice save there. As a brief 2-on-1 rush led by Austin, but keeps it 3-1 in favor of Team Black here at the UMH-68 Invitational in Vernon. Face off in the defensive zone for Team Gray. One back by them as they try to work their way up. Medved, cross-ice pass, Trentelance. He has it knocked off his stick. He'll get it back down low even further. Bolts right there to try to disrupt the play. Adkins keeps it in and shot on off a body of Bragg in front and just wide of the post. As Team Black now tries for a stretch pass down the length of the ice. Will be no icing as Adkins gets there first and works it up to Medved. Medved off a stick of Trentelance as he's now in a foot race with Zeman. And Zeman will win that one and get it up forward. Trentelance takes over in the high slot, but on his offhand as Joyce now has to recover and fire that one back down the length of the ice. Well, Team Gray changes. Team Black with 3 goals here in the first period and might not be done yet as Zeman works it behind the net to the near side boards. Trying to work up with space, but gets pinned off. Rouse with another shot off the tip of the glove and pushed behind the net. Bragg right there. He'll ring it to the near side half boards. Both teams collapse and collide on the puck. Centering feed to Tang off his stick as Podolin gets taken down to the ice. Another shot on, loose in front, kick rebound out towards Podolin and Hostin off to the races. Hostin has a drop pass to Podolin and he'll wind up shoot off the shoulder, rebound, gets his own and another save. Stretched out with the blocker and keeps that one out. Nearly an offensive zone turnover, kept in along the blue line, set down low. Podolin looking for a centering feed, connects with Fugoko who will take a shot and a chest save by Kosher, trying to get settled down here in his crease with 5:44 to go in this first period in a 3-1 hockey game. Face off to the far hand side of Gray territory. Face off, one back by Team Black, but Podolin overskates the puck and out come the other way with Team Gray. Centering pass, angled just off the stick. Trying to recover is Penalslow. Down to the end boards. Rotating behind his own net is Ethan Evans. Gets it up to Zhang. Trying to return feed to Podolin. She takes over, launches it up for Golklo. He'll intercept that one and send Team Gray back deeper into their own defensive territory. She sends it down the ice. That one's tipped, so no icing. As Darlow's got to go back up into his corner and pick up this puck behind the net. Knocked off his stick. Taking over. Team Gray in the offensive zone. Looking for a clean pass to the front of the net, but being pinned off and pressured off the puck. Taking that one away is Michael Sung. Turnover, Hesselgrave again with the shot, looking for the same top corner, but shoulder meeting him there, this time of Kosher. Learned from the last shot that Hesselgrave took on him in a 3-1 game. Behind the net, Hesselgrave out to the blue line. Another shot on it, into the glove, and covered by Kosher. That was a shot on from Ethan Evans. He scored in the first game this morning, a power play goal, but unable to find the back of the net this time around in the first period. Face-off coming to the blocker hand side of Kosher. Colby Bolts out to take the draw. Unable to win that back, but continues momentum forward and nearly pushes Tang off the puck. As it goes down to the end boards, trying to work around is Sung to the blue line. He'll drop it off. No one there to receive the pass as Medved takes over up towards Trentelance. Trentelance into the offensive zone. He'll stop up, wait for a trailer, and almost connect with Bolts as Medved then loses an edge. Coming out with the puck, Team Black out of their own territory. Chipped forward. Manhas back skating, makes a good play up to Trentelance on the chip. But taken over quickly is Team Black. Puck stuck in the neutral zone, delayed offside, but play will continue. As Team Gray comes out of their own territory, Colby Bolts into the offensive zone. She had 2 goals in the first game, trying to drive the net. Good active poke check there by Tang. As that one comes out into the neutral zone, Hesselgrave onto the attack again. Just one hand pushes that one, looking for Hostins. He runs into Bodell. And that one is sent away by Team Gray. Bolts looking to pull it to the forehand. Off with it is Croy. Croy into the offensive zone. Couldn't go any further as Bodal was right there to fire it back towards Team Black territory. Adkins chips it up to Tang. Tang into the offensive zone. He'll take a shot. Kick save by Clark. As Tang's looking to get his own rebound. Kept in at the blue line. Working the line is Bryant. He'll run into his own teammate, but keep on chugging along to the right corner where he's trying to chase his own puck. Bodal with a shot just wide of the far side post. Hits off the end boards. Kept in by Tang. Turnaround shot, but no one to receive that pass as Bragg now comes out into the offensive zone. Sends it on. Kick save by Kosher. Rebound to Bodal. He'll just continue his momentum. Slowing things down in his own zone is Team Gray before that one's turned over in the neutral zone, but offside is the call. Team Black just could not come into the neutral zone quick enough as we'll have a face-off just outside of the blue line of Gray territory. Coming to the far hand side of the ice in front of the penalty box with no penalties being called so far in this first period. Face-off won back by Team Gray. Trying to work beside to Davis. Davis looking to chip that forward. Takes a bump by Zhang and looks to continue momentum along the neutral zone. Back the other way. Podolin unable to get there first as she behind his net. He'll slow things down and try to set up a play over to Davis. Davis button hooks in his own zone. Leaves it off for Bourget. Bourget. Back return feed to Davis over the red line, entering over the blue line, takes the shot, blocked in front. Drulis gets the rebound, trying to work over to the far hand side of the ice. That one's taken away as Bourget holds the blue line. Drulis pinned off the puck. Team Black looking for a stretch outlet pass, but Bourget able to take that one away and negate the stretch pass as Podolin grabs it into the offensive zone. He'll hammer the brakes, get around one, could not get around another as Davis leaves it off and a big hit into the corner. Will have an arm up. Delayed penalty. Once Team Black touches the puck, will be a call and pin up. Still no whistle being blown. Now the whistle's blown, so penalty coming up against Team Black. First penalty of this game, and it looks like it's going to be a boarding penalty at the 1:06 mark of this first period. In a 3-1 hockey game, off to the penalty box is Mars Zhang. So a boarding call, first power play up for Team Gray. Going to start to the glove hand side of Taylor Clark with 1:06 to go in this first period. Face off, one back by Team Gray on the power play. Manhas leaves it off for Trentolance. He'll look to the far hand side of the ice. Now pull it back down below the goal line. Back towards Manhas of the blue line. Keeps it in, does not keep it in. That pass pulled his stick and the puck out of the blue line, and he tried to pull it back in, but not quick enough. 51 seconds to go. And now a neutral zone face-off. Just outside of Black territory, with them winning the face-off and sending it down the ice. No icing since they're on the penalty kill. And high stick is the call though, as that one was knocked down out of the air at the high stick, so no penalty, just stoppage of play. And it's going to be a defensive zone face-off for Team Gray, still on the power play for another minute 36 the rest of this period, and then heading into the second unless they score. Adkins, after a clean face-off win, he's getting pushed behind his own net. He's got Bliss right in front, trying to force a turnover. Pass up the near side boards. Bolts goes far hand side to Trentolance, back over to Medved. Medved into the offensive zone, draw pass to Bolts with a shot in and out of the glove of Clark yet again, but the rebound goes towards Team Black with Sung going one-on-one with Manhas. Manhas able to win that battle as Medved back into the offensive zone, not for long as Sung sends it down the length of the ice. 5 seconds as Adkins starts up in his own zone as buzzer sounds. 20 minutes is over here in Game 3 of the UMH-68 Invitational in a 3-1 game in favor of Team Black over Team Gray. And Team Gray will start the second period on a 54-second power play as both teams make their way to the dressing rooms to get a break. We'll do a period summary here for that first period, with Team Black holding the 3-1 lead. Starting all the way back to start off this game at the 15-10 mark was a goal from Mars Zhang, assisted by Elliot Fagoklu and TJ Podolin. After that, Team Gray answered to tie it up. Setter Rouse with a goal, assisted by Devin Manhas and Ethan Tang. But then back-to-back goals scored by TJ Podolin, assisted by Elliot Fagoklu and Jake Hughes. And then Hendrik Hesselgrave snipes one home over the blocker hand side of Kosher. That one also assisted by Jake Hughes. And then it was a Marzang boarding penalty to end off the period. So Team Gray will have the power play for the next 36 seconds of that second period coming up here shortly. That's Game 3 of this UMH-68 Invitational, and this weekend wouldn't be possible without the amazing sponsors that we have throughout this weekend of play. We're going to start it out with BioSteel, the main sponsor of UMH-68. The hydration choice trusted by pros and parents alike. And now it's even easier to grab the new BioSteel variety pack. It's available at Costco. You can get 24 bottles, 3 flavors, rainbow twist, blue raspberry, and black cherry, all with no sugar, no caffeine, and no junk. Just clean, effective hydration that works as hard as you do. Quick shout out to BioSteel. They just dropped a hydration variety pack at Costco, like I mentioned, so grab it next time you are there. Next up is Iron Ghost Construction. Iron Ghost, where quality and safety lead every build. Since 2014, Iron Ghost has delivered quality, safe construction from structure to mechanics, start to finish. Iron Ghost Construction, solid, skilled, proven. A proud supporter of youth sports in their hometown of Vernon and beyond. Iron Ghost is committed to building more than just structures, they're building futures. They have provided player scholarships at all 4 events, helping young athletes chase their dreams on and off the ice. And you have Elite Prospects. Elite Prospects is the gateway to hockey. Online since 1999, EliteProspects.com is the #1 statistical hockey resource, serving over 1 million unique visitors weekly. It offers the most informative hockey player database on the web and has the most reliable transaction tracker available. They provide analysis on players worldwide through written features, video breakdowns, interviews, and more. So check out Elite Prospects. Up My Hockey is proud to provide scholarships to players attending this weekend because talent deserves opportunity. Up My Hockey is proud to support the next generation of athletes by awarding the Sidney Crosby Award recipient with scholarships for mindset coaching with former NHLer Jason Podolin. Build confidence, strengthen your mindset, take your game to the next level. Change your thinking, change your game with Up My Hockey. There's also a Up My Hockey podcast with Jason Podolin, the podcast for players chasing their full potential. From mindset to performance, this is your go-to source for unlocking the next level in your game. Grow your mindset, grow your game. Listen now and explore mindset coaching at upmyhockey.com. And last but not least, A-Cane Hockey. A-Cane is providing a prize pack to the Sidney Crosby Award winner. That award is chosen by the coaches. Dominate the ice with performance-driven, cut-resistant gear built for elite players. Stay dry, stay sharp, and feel every stride with our innovative base layers and Blade Pro Skate socks, the most comfortable cut-resistant socks in the game. And one last shout-out to Nature's Fair Markets. They're supplying Cliff Bars, bananas, and apples to all of the players. Nature's Fair Markets, if it's good for you, we've got it. Big thanks to all the sponsors who make this weekend possible.
Here with Lyle Mast, the goalie coach for the UMH-68. Lyle, give us a little bit of a background, your name, and what you're here to do.
Well, like you said, Lyle Mast, I've been doing quite a bit of work in many different things that Jason Podolin is involved in. I really like being involved with him because of the development mindset that he carries, and he really actually tries to offer something that is really advantageous to young athletes. Because he's his pro experience and stuff like that. He's trying to bring people in and set an environment, for development around young guys. So I'm here at UMH, but I've been involved with him in other things. So it's kind of a neat relationship.
You just mentioned the pro environment, and Jason does come from a pro background, but I also know that you happen to come from a very pro background. Can you tell us a little bit about what you actually do with most of your time in the year? I know you're traveling a lot, and I know the viewers would love to hear a little bit about what you actually do.
Yeah. Well, obviously my focus is goaltending and goaltending development. I work with, actually, oddly, not just goaltenders, but a lot with coaches, right? So sharing ideas, mentoring, training coaches, and then working together collaboratively with a lot of different NHL teams, and then also have my own individual clients, private clients, and then do a lot of teamwork as well. So
awesome. You're working with young goalies here at the event, so you've got a day, maybe 2 days with them, a few sessions, maybe even just one. What do you try to impart on these young goalies in such a short amount of time?
The biggest thing is you ask them a simple question: what is your plan to go from where you are to the next level and beyond? And trying to encourage them to do not just work hard, but do the hard work. And most, if not almost exclusively all young guys, obviously, they don't have a plan. They have ideas of what they want to do. They're YouTubing, they're getting information, they're working with a lot of different coaches and stuff like that. But what I find fascinating is they actually don't know what the non-negotiables are in their development path, and what it really means to actually, because you ask them, what's going to happen at the next level, or it's going to get faster. So how do you get faster? They don't know. So, what we do in these environments is try to impart very foundational, very fundamental non-negotiables that are more in the mindset side, and then try and give them a bit of a taste of how that feels like when you execute it properly. And then, try to be a bit of a spark that lights a fire.
What specific training techniques that are unique to your style of training and coaching do you bring to the table for these young athletes, or maybe even some of your professional clients? Because I know you've been in this for a long time, and you bring your own particular style, technique, and strategies. What are some of those things that are unique to you as a goalie coach?
Well, most people, I guess, would know me, but I'm not on social media at all. I mean, if you don't really know me personally, you probably don't really know me, and then you probably don't really know what you've heard, right? But I'm the head trajectory guy, the tracking guy, and what I've learned and continue to grow in that area in terms of how head movement affects visual access, physical access, mindset, reads, positioning, efficiencies in movement, speed, and also we're working in injury recovery, we're working in lowering morbidity in the elderly. It's really a human experience type of thing. And so what I bring to the table is I bring a hub of professionals that are involved in the overarching, when you look at the body, the chain, the kinetic chain, and how all those things fit together, and then how the way you move your head has positive or negative impact on every modality, actually.
Lyle, one more thing that you would wish that the kids come out of this weekend, the experience, an insight, a wish, an experience. What do you think the kids should come away with?
I think the biggest thing is as they're young, is rather than just waiting to be told what to do, is really start to, and it's a difficult thing, you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know that you don't know until you know, then you know you didn't know. What we try to encourage them and spark that interest that, oh, there is something that is so obvious that I didn't know. It was like literally right there, and it was one question away. And so we want them to really start to see the game as holistic, how not only are they trying to be better goaltenders, but being able to something like simply understand what the players are trying to do to score, and how you're going to be able to start to sort that out and actually do not just work hard, but the hard work, like really start to process that mentally and then come up with solutions that are tied to things that you've learned are non-negotiables.
Lyle, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you bet.
Welcome back to the UMH-68 Invitational, heading to the second period of play here from Cal Tire Place North Rink, the one of two ice sheets here in this arena. Zach Stewart on the call with you throughout the weekend, day one of this UMH Invitational. Right now we're going to the second period of Team Black versus Team Gray, with Team Black holding the 3-1 lead over Team Gray. Goals in this game have been scored by TJ Padolin, Mars Zhang, and Hendrik Hesselgrave for the right now leading Team Black. On the other side, the lone goal for Team Gray has been scored by Sutter Rouse in this 3-1 contest. As the referee's getting the nets back on, ready to go, as the teams wait after the flood to get this one started. Team Gray should also start on the power play in this second period. It's not up on the score clock. I think I saw it run down at the end during the intermission, but should be starting with a power play with a late boarding call to Marzang in that first period. So 3-1 is the score here for this weekend. Once again, I want to give a big thank you to all the sponsors, including BioSteel, Elite Prospects, Iron Ghost Construction, Nature Fair Markets, Brown Social House. Lots of great sponsors here in this tournament over the weekend. Also, wouldn't be possible without Jason Podolin making all this happen, organizer with Up My Hockey. So great shout out and thank you to everyone who has supported this weekend to make it happen in a 3-1 hockey game. Trying to put up that penalty back out on the clock to get this power play, and period started 54 seconds up on the clock for the power play in favor of Team Gray. As the referees are saying good luck and have a good period to each other as whistle blows and we're about to get underway here in the second period of the third game. And right off the draw, Team Gray goes flying up into the offensive zone. Trying to drive it is Tang. He'll try to get around Bragg, unable to do so, and that one's cleared down the length of the ice for a clear on the penalty kill for Team Black with 35 seconds to go here on the power play for Team Gray in this second period. Team Gray is going from broadcast left to right. Team Black from right to left. As Tang into the offensive zone, goes for a cross ice pass off the stick of Bolts, who able to grab it, centering feet to Tang, but active stick in front. Bodal able to hold it in at the blue line. 15 seconds to go on the power play. She back to Bodal, but too hot to handle on that pass as he's got to recuperate into the neutral zone. Trenolance right beside him looking for Bolts, unable to find her, so that one gets through traffic. Stuck in the offensive zone. She gets it down low to Tang as Zhang is out of the box. One-timer to Bolts, that's off a stick. Wraparound chance, that's off the side of the net, ramping to the end boards. As Bragg is able to get there first on the back end. He'll get pinned into the board, still into the offensive zone for Team Gray, not for long, sneaks out. As Trenolance and Bolts now trying to get that one back in offensive possession. Zhang, who's out of the box, pokes it forward. She on the backtrack into his own zone. He'll angle that one up into the far side boards, holding the blue line, not holding the blue line. That is offside, is the call against Team Black. Still in net here for both teams. For Team Black is Taylor Clark, and for Team Gray is Luke Kosher in a 3-1 hockey game. Here in this one in favor of Team Black. Neutral zone face-off. Face-off one, but Manhas takes that away, looks up towards Bryant, hauls his man down, play will continue. Bryant nearly picking that one up in the offensive zone, but Zhang takes over, heading down into the offensive zone, makes the moves, cuts out wide, looks for a centering feed off the stick, still loose, sitting right in the crease, almost in slow-mo, just sitting right there, then pushed out wide. Just one more breath and that could have gone in. Good defensive play by Team Gray's. All of Team Gray to get that one out towards the sideboard. Now at the point, shot on through traffic, in and out of the glove. Then collapsed on it, covered up for a whistle. Just over 2 minutes gone here in this second period. Still the 3-1 game in favor of Team Black. Face off coming up to the glove hand side of Kosher. Face off, one back by Team Gray. Atkins slides it over beside him to Bodal. Bodal unable to exit the zone as Evans steps up and then finally push down the length of the ice, where Sung will go pick it up, backtracking in his own territory. Sung leaves it off now, up with it, up the boards, connects with Bliss. Bliss into the offensive zone, snaps a shot just wide of the net. Getting a piece of it was Kosher. As Team Gray now looks to exit back into the neutral zone, D to Evans. Evans has it lost in his body and then flips it back down. As Adkins will have it behind the net to Boydall. D to D pass intercepted. Hostins keeps it in into the offensive zone, rings his way back behind the net, throws it to the blue line. Shot on through traffic, but snagged. Nice catch and framed perfectly by Kosher to keep that one out. 3 minutes gone here in the second period of Game 3 of the UMH-68 Invitational. A great weekend event here in Vernon, having the best talent from around the province and even 3 coming up from the States to participate in this weekend. She for Team Gray, takes it behind his net. He'll look to fire it up. Bourget, he'll slow things down, now push pace up the far hand side. Bolts into the offensive zone. Looks for a drop pass to Tang. Sharp angle, looking for a backdoor tap in. Tranalance has that go through his stick. Bourget, another shot on, tipped in front, and a kick save by Clark. Looking to pepper that front of the net, but unable to get through. Another centering feed. As Team Black's looking to hustle into the offensive zone, beating out an ice in. Austin, first one there, and he'll get that one towards the blue line, taken over. Trentalance unable to keep pace with Bolts as she's now got to backtrack and get that one out of his blue line. On the backhand, popped in towards the offensive zone where Bolts is into the zone, trying for a solo effort in front. But that one sticked away and then collapsed on for the whistle. Covering up offensive zone face-off for Team Gray, who's down 2 goals, needing to score a couple more on their effort for a comeback bid here in the second period. Where on the other side, Team Black looking to extend, push their lead further here in this middle frame. Whistle blows, reset at the face-off dot. One of the few times that has happened in today's 3 games so far. As we'll reset, do this one again. On the far hand side of the ice. Puck is dropped, Team Black wins that face-off. Sent right down the middle. On the backtrack is Joyce, needing to outpace Zhang, and does. Gets it D to Manhas. Manhas throws it behind his net. First one there, though, is Team Black. Trying to get that one taken away from Rouse, the lone goal scorer for Team Gray so far in this contest. Podolin leaves it off towards Zhang, makes a move looking back towards Podolin, but too many legs, too many sticks in front. As that one sent down the ice. On a foot race, Rouse gets it beside him, looking to take a shot. Medved has that just roll off the end of his stick. As the puck's to the end boards, up with it, Zhang throws it behind the net. First one there is Hughes. Hughes leaves it behind the net for Tang. Trying to chip it to the blue line. Kept in yet again by Team Gray, trying to heighten their pressure. Big hit thrown by Davis, as Davis will try to continue with his momentum and the puck. Comes out towards Drulis. Tap to the point. Joyce back to Drulis. Creeping in, takes a shot over top of the net. As that one's too hot for anyone to handle and exits the zone. Joyce got to throw it far hand side to Davis. Davis off his near side boards. Tang has that one roll off his stick. Drulis trying to bang bodies with Hughes and get that one free. Puck battle along the boards. Referee says it's still moving, about to blow the whistle, but then thinks twice. As some movement goes into the far side corner. Out with it is Zhang, leaves it up towards Podolin, makes a move, cutting right through the middle of the ice. Out wide over the blue line. Zhang couldn't knife that one forward as that one's taken away by Kingston Prenislow. Up into the offensive zone for Team Gray, looking to make a move, still continuing momentum, takes a shot, saved by Clark. As that's a shoulder save. And sneaking behind the defenseman, but offside. Almost wide open, but just couldn't drag the foot. As offside is the call, coming all the way down for an offensive zone faceoff for Team Gray. Here in this 3-1 game with 14 minutes to play in the second period. Bolts tie up in the faceoff dot. Coming up forward with the puck, centering feed for Bolts, but too many sticks in front again. That pass from Ethan Tang as the puck comes out over the red line, pushed down. Sung trying to be the first one there, and does, driving the net, hogging the post. Great save, great positioning there by Kosher to just hug the post and not let anything to be jammed by him on the near hand side. As it stays 3-1. Face off coming up to the blocker hand side of Kosher. Face off one back. Team Black couldn't hold the line though. Face off one a little too cleanly. Delayed offside. Puck gets knuckled up towards Trenolans. Can't corral it cleanly. So Evans on the backtrack. off the glass, towards the red line. Puck battle, trying to chip it by Shi, and offside is the call again on Team Black. It's the third or fourth in a row, it seems like, here, with another neutral zone face-off coming up here just outside of gray territory. Bolts for Team Gray, Sung for Team Black, taking the draw. And again, the face-off one a little too cleanly all the way down the length of the ice, where Clark will leave it off for Evans, but right there, Trenelance trying to take over quickly. Bliss able to get it down the ice where Shi will backtrack, back skate now, turn up over the red line, takes a bump by Bliss, but continue his momentum into the offensive zone. Team Gray trying to just recuperate and set something up, but unable to do so, as Tang is forced back behind his own net. The forward needing to quickly maneuver his way down the middle. Trenelance tips it over to Bolt. 2-on-1. Bolt and Trenelance. Back to Trenelance with the shot, and it's into the back of the net. Another goal getting inching closer in this game is Team Gray, with Stefano Trenelance answering back his second of the day, first of this game. And it is now 3-2 as Team Gray's inching back in this contest. 12:40 to go in the second period. With Trenelance getting his second of the day, first of this contest, and it was a beautiful 2-on-0 it turned into, with the speed of Colby Bolts, able to beat out a defender on the far hand side. The ensuing play after the face-off into the offensive zone is Hostins. He's trying to maneuver in a phone book, but unable to get free, breaking through of two defensemen. It was Manhas and Nedved right there to keep him at bay, as Manhas takes it in his near side corner. Bryant will flip that one down the ice. Not enough for icing as it's picked up by Bragg, the defenseman for Team Black. Working behind his own net. Medved able to keep it in. Not for long as Bragg bowls his way out of the zone with the puck, but Joyce slows it down to Manhas. Manhas right down the middle, just angled down deep where Bryant will pick it up. He'll get hit into the boards by Zeman. Those two battling in the near side corner. Stepping up, Manhas takes it, takes a shot, walked in front, rebound. Davis with a shot, unable to quite connect his lumber on it, as he'll angle that one down to the corner. Medved towards Davis. He'll get thrown off the puck as Zeman takes over and comes up into the offensive zone. The defenseman still leading the charge, taking off his stick, looking to chip that up, but Bragg bailing out his D partner and not allowing an odd man rush, getting that puck down deep where Joyce will have to slow things down and start it out for Team Gray. Little miscue, mishandling of the puck as Manhas has to work it up to Bryant. Big hit as Bryant hits the ice. Puck goes to the end boards behind the net of Kosher, and a penalty will be coming up. It is going to be against Team Gray. Delayed penalty, so 6-on-5 until Team Gray touches it up, which will be right now as Adkins touches it. It's going to be a tripping penalty. So to the power play goes Team Black. Out to the box is for Team Gray, Tate Davis from Victoria. Gotta go spend some time in the penalty box. Power play for the next 2 minutes for Team Black, who have the 3-2 lead with 10:41 to play in this second period. Start off the power play, face off one back, Hughes. Gets it beside him to Zhang. Zhang switching places. He'll work the blue line, keep it in, and now go back down low. Hughes with a sharp angle shot off the bar. Rebound tipped in front. That was off a shot from Tang, and he can't hold the line. So a clear all the way down the length of the ice. As that'll waste time off this penalty kill for Team Gray, who will now take possession of the puck and try to waste even more time. Passing back towards Adkins. Adkins then fires it down, sneaking by the defenseman. A solid 40 seconds already off this penalty kill for Team Gray. Team Black needing to turn down ice quickly, and will start with Zhang up the right wing. Zhang entering into the offensive zone, finds himself down below the goal line, looking for a pass either to the point or centering feed. Zhang had a shooting opportunity, but by the wayside that goes, as he's able to keep it in. Nearly a 2-on-0 rush, shorthanded, before Bourget is able to send it down the ice. Great penalty kill so far here by Team Gray. Colby Bolts with a big hit into the boards. Bolts in the first game had a short-handed goal this morning, so almost trying to find a second on the day. As into the offensive zone, goes behind the net, looking for a wraparound opportunity was Podolin. Bolts unable to clear the zone, and she right there to help out and send it down the length. Tredelans, who has a goal in this game, being the forechecker on this short-handed unit, trying to force Team Black for a miscue in Max Darlow, but great play by Darlow to get it to his D partner and then send it behind the back of the net to Hesselgrave. Leaves it off, 5 seconds to play in this penalty kill for Team Gray. As Sung's into the offensive zone, and back out onto the ice is Davis. So back to full strength, 5-on-5. Successful penalty kill by Team Gray, who will send it down into the neutral zone. Evans right there to correct it. Second period, 8:24 to go. Sung into the offensive zone, takes a shot. And a pad save, kicked out, loose rebound, wraparound chance, hugging the far side post and just jamming away at it. But Kosher able to hold strong on the far side post to cover that up for a whistle. 8:14 to go in a 3-2 game. For Team Black, Tredelans trying to cut into this lead earlier with a goal right off the face-off. Bliss with a chance in front. Bryant now trying to sneak behind the defenseman into the offensive zone. Good stick work there by Evans. Bryant takes a shot. It was more of a slap pass to the back door. Joyce with another shot, blocked in front by Singh. Manhas keeps it in to the end. Rouse trying to stick that away. Bryant takes over. Turnaround shot, another one, sharp angle along the goal line. But that one's shouldered away and sent out by Sung over the red line. Enters the offensive zone. Poke check, still kept in. Driving it is Darlow. Takes the shot, kick save, still loose in front. Trying to throw that out is Manhas, able to at least alleviate pressure and get it towards the ringette line, as that one's worked up the far hand side by Hesselgrave to the blue line. Darlow again, tipped in front, blocked by Medved. Before Joyce now grabs it and on the backhand, chips it up to Bryant, continuing out over the blue line. D-to-D pass, Evans looking to a return feed to Darlow. That one's intercepted with Bryant now on the forecheck. He's trying to get Evans off the puck. Bryant and Evans battling in the right corner with 7 minutes to go here in this second period. Get off the puck. Austin's unable to get that one out of his own zone as the puck's deep in Black territory. But also right there to try to body his way off the puck. Same as Brady Drulis. Step up by Adkins at the blue line. Now a foot race. Pernalslow looks like he's going to be the first one there, and Adkins will continue the puck momentum down in towards the Black zone. And offside is the call, so neutral zone face-off as the puck just barely snuck out. So face-off coming just outside of the Black territory, where Taylor Clark is set ready in a 3-2 game, 8:25 to go in this second period. Game 3 of the day, one forward, Pernalslow. He'll try to take a shot, kick save, rebound, loose in front, still sitting in the crease, and then getting his leg down, trapped on the puck, was Clark to cover it up for a whistle. He'll go for a skate as a face-off. Coming in the offensive zone for Team Gray. Face-off coming on the far hand side of the ice. One back by Team Black, though, working around, looking towards Blum. unable to get through, but taken over by Davis. Davis working towards the net, trapped in the corner. He'll have it on his offhand, trying to break through from contact. Peninsula unable to go through any further, as well as Zeman goes through on the far hand side, taken over by Adkins. He's getting pressure deep in his own zone. Hostins right there behind the net, looking for a centering pass, has it knuckle off his stick. Zeman now, he'll have it the blue and take a shot on, tipped in front by Brum. Unable to tip it on net though, just wide, holding the line. Adkins once again trying to escape the zone for Team Grey. 5.5 minutes to play as he's got some open ice to work with now, as he'll skate it down the far hand side, leave it off for Davis. Davis makes a couple moves, throws it towards the front of the net, gets the puck right back. Another shot, but blocked in front, this time by Croy. And as that's lobbed up to the blue line, Adkins keeps it in. Brum gets a loose puck over towards Hostins, but unable to continue momentum. Prenslow trying to work his way through. Drulis on the far hand side, half boards, throws it on net, and a save right in the chest of Taylor Clark for a whistle. 5 minutes to go here in this second period on a 3-2 hockey game in favor for Team Black. But trying to inch their way back with the lone goal of this period is Team Grey and Stefano Trendelance. Face off one forward, right off the draw in the offensive zone towards the net, still loose in front. It was Colby Bolts pushing it forward off the face-off and almost giving herself an opportunity in front. But standing tall is Taylor Clark. Face-off again to the far hand side of the ice, to the blocker hand side of Clark. Face-off coming in, one back by Team Black. Bolts, like always, running forward, and another penalty on a big hit. It's gonna be Tang, it looks like, heading to the box for a boarding penalty. So boarding, heading to the penalty box for Team Grey is Ethan Tang. He scored in this morning's game. So to the power play, go Team Black yet again, almost back-to-back power plays here for this Team Black with 4:48 to go in the second period. 3-2 is the score. 2 minutes up on the clock. Fugoklo will start with the face-off for Team Black on this man advantage. Wins it back cleanly to the blue line. Down into the corner, Fugoklo has it, looking behind the net. Now goes to the blue line. Tang slowing it down. They go around, rotate around Tredelance. Tredelance pushes him off the puck. Now looks to go, but kept in. Huge keep in there by Tang, down on the ice. Has that puck almost underneath his body. Now a wraparound attempt by Podolin. Now one kept on his possession to Hughes at the blue line. Hughes has got a pair of assists in this game. He gets run over as Podolin has to restart with the puck into the offensive zone, trying to cut towards the middle. Loose puck, Podolin takes back over, splits the defenseman, makes a move over to Zhang. Zhang works back towards the blue line. Evans back to Zhang. Has that one knocked off his stick. She has to throw his man Fugoklu into the end boards. Evans to Zhang. Quick one-touch pass. Goes down low. Fugoklu with a shot. Looking to float that over top of the shoulders of Kosher with under a minute to go on this power play for Team Black. Tredelance chips that one by, and now off on the rush. Short-handed opportunity for Tredelance. He'll slow things down, fire it towards the front of the net. That one's intercepted by Podolin into the offensive zone. One-on-one against Manhas on the left-hand side. Gets around him, fires it backdoor and into the back of the net. A power play goal, and it doesn't get any easier than that on the back door for Team Black, as Podolin dances his way through and sets up Fugoklu for an easy tap-in on the back door. It is Elliot Fugoklu's first of the day, first of this tournament, for a 4-2 lead now in favor of Team Black. Power play goal, 3:18 to go here in this second period. Back to even strength now, 5-on-5 into the offensive zone again is Team Black. On the knees, pushing it just wide of the net and out the other way the puck goes. Still in possession of Team Black though. Up towards Avery Bliss. It's run into by Manhas. Puck gets stuck in the neutral zone. Bryant fires it to the end boards where Clark is out there to cut it off behind the net. Haven't seen too many active goalies do that so far in day one of this UMH-68 Invitational weekend. As Bliss trying to get around Manhas, good stick work there. Bryant pops that forward. Rouse trying to continue momentum forward, but that one gets taken away by Darlow. Out the other way, Sung looking to rush in, but covering it up is Kosher for a whistle. 2:24 to go. And now a 4-2 hockey game in favor of Team Black, with that last goal scored by Elliot Kogoklu. Face off coming in front of Kosher. One back by Team Black. Just past the body of Brum. Down into the corner, Manhas trying to lift that one out. Behind the net, taking it, looking for a point pass, finds it to Bragg. Bragg, return feed. Those two switch places here with 2 minutes to go. Along the blue line, Croy still has it. Trying to get it beside him to Z-Man. Z-Man out to Croy with a sharp angle shot. And that one saved to the far hand side. Rebound goes towards Team Gray, spinning away from the forecheck. Now up towards Slow into the offensive zone, snapping a shot blocked in front. Team Black willing to block shots here and get in passing shooting lanes. So far in this game against Team Gray. To the blue line, Manhas over to Adkins. Adkins, he'll just angle it down low, making a smart play on the cycle on the near hand side boards. Puck battle. Team Black shovels it to the blue line, but not out. Davis holds it in and drops it off to Boydall. Boydall to Davis. Down low. Pernal Slow looking for a centering feed. That one's taken away and cleared out of play over the glass. And a face-off coming up, still in Team Black territory with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go here in period number 2. In a 4-2 game now for Team Black. Latest power play goal to extend their lead by 2. Face-off coming up on the far hand side of the ice, blocker hand side of Clark. One forward, Bolts trying to pressure her way out and with the puck. Boydall, he'll take a hit and continue momentum with the puck. Under 1 minute to go here in the second. Bolts knocks that one down, high stick, but touched up by Team Black, so no face-off. As out the other way, Team Black trying to split the defenseman is Podolin. He's unable to get a piece of it. As taken away, centering feed to Zhang and a diving save, still sprawled out and holding that one. Zhang had the net wide open, but a diving stop by Luke Kosher keeps this one out of the net. Doesn't get much prettier than that. And he'll take a second to take a lap and recover after that remarkable save. Face off, won by Team Gray, trying to escape their own zone. Forehand side, Tang slows it down to Boydall, looks behind the net, has that pass option cut off, so we'll spin up and now continue momentum, looks for centering right down the middle, off the stick of Treadlands, and that one's still loose in front, it's into the back of the net. A bobbling puck off the body of Clark, and it finds the tape of Treadlands, who will bury the rebound and cut into this lead yet again. Make it 4-3, still in favor of Team Black. So Stefano Treadlands gets his second of the game, third of the day. A tap-in rebound to cut the lead to 1. It is 4-3, and that is a last-second goal. 12 seconds to go here in this second period. As time's ticking away in the second, puck down deep in a Team Gray territory, skips off a stick and goes down, essentially ending this second period where both teams found the back of the net with a 4-3 Team Black lead over Team Gray at the UMH-68 Invitational here at Cal Tire Place in Vernon all weekend long. Game 3 of 4 today, 4 games tomorrow, and then 2 on Sunday. Zach Stewart with you all weekend long as Team Black holds a 4-3 lead over Team Gray after 2 periods of play. Let's take a look at the second period summary here as Team Gray gets the period started with a goal. Stefano Tredelance gets a goal, his second of the day, first of the game, assisted by Colby Bolt and Ethan Tang. After that, some penalty trouble as Tate Davis takes a tripping call. Ethan Tang takes a boarding penalty, and then a power play goal by Elliot Fogoklu to make it that 4-2 lead at the time, assisted by TJ Podolin. And then after that, it is a Stefano Tredelance goal with 12 seconds left to get this one back to a 1-goal game, 4-3, assisted by Jack Bodal to make it 4-3, heading to the second period of play here at the UMH-68 Invitational. Now that takes us back to our sponsors. Thank you again so much for everyone who's made this weekend possible. We'll get to the Brown Social House Grit and Grind Award after the game and the 3 Stars Award brought to you by Up My Hockey with Source for Sports gift cards after the game. But for now, BioSteel is one of the main sponsors between hockey practices, tournaments, and road trips. Staying hydrated is a must. And now it's easier than ever with the BioSteel Variety Pack at Costco Canada. 24 bottles, 3 top flavors, and 0 sugar. It's a no-brainer for hockey families. Stock the garage fridge, keep the kids game ready, and feel good about what they're drinking. Next up is Iron Ghost Construction. They're recognized as a top contractor in multiple industries such as oil and gas, forestry, and agriculture. From building turnkey production facilities that produce canola oil, biodiesel, condensate, and oil, to keeping up with the industry changes in forestry where new technology and equipment are replacing that of the past. Iron Ghost specializes in the main structures with a large employment of iron workers, crane operators, and millwrights. Iron Ghost has successfully completed projects in BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Next up is Elite Prospects. For youth hockey players, Elite Prospects is your very own online showcase to highlight your achievements and help secure future playing opportunities. Coaches, scouts, and schools at every level of the game consider Elite Prospects their one-stop shop to discover future stars. Up My Hockey is proud to provide scholarships to players attending this weekend because talent deserves opportunity. Up My Hockey is proud to support this tournament because mindset matters. Change your thinking, change your game, train with a program designed by a coach who's played at the highest level and maximize your development. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. And speaking of Up My Hockey, there's a podcast as well with Jason Podolin, the podcast for players chasing their full potential. From mindset to performance, this is your go-to source for unlocking the next level in your game. Listen now and experience mindset coaching at upmyhockey.com. Up My Hockey, because the mental game matters. And then AK and Hockey is providing a prize pack to an award, the Sidney Crosby Award, that is chosen by the coaches. Unmatched protection, ultimate comfort, zero compromise. AK also hooked up the whole tournament with elite level gear. Gear up, perform better, A-Can. Thank you to all the sponsors here for the UMH-68 Invitational as we've got a 4-3 game heading into the third period. Thank you again to all the sponsors, and we'll be back with the third period.
And Up My Hockey 68 over all their programming. So my company, Kelowna High Performance, does all the testing, the off-ice testing, reporting. So we're helping Jason kind of develop everything off the ice and athleticism side. And kudos to him for wanting to even do that. A lot of these programs tend to just focus on the ice, and I think one of the reasons why my own son is even attending, right, is that I think it's such a great experience to kind of get into both, because both are just as important, right? So my role is really to help grow the off-ice side of it, educate the players around what does it mean to test, and what does it mean to look at your results. And the talk that I just did was all about athletic development and understanding that this is a process, and these guys are still young athletes, and to be patient and to keep being an athlete. So Jason is done a great job with just facilitating that, and my job becomes pretty easy to come in and just kind of speak to that, and hopefully help educate some of the athletes and parents, and give any information that I can.
There's a lot of athletic trainers out there, a lot of trainers, a lot of fitness professionals.
Yeah.
You have a very unique background. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, very fortunate. Hockey is a very small world, and I've been very fortunate to be on the good side of it for the most part. And I spent about 15 years in the NHL with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Anaheim Ducks, as from an assistant strength and conditioning coach to strength coach to director of performance, which is kind of like the overseer of everything, I guess. And that experience has kind of allowed me to, have some insight into, 20 plus years of doing this, and seeing a lot of the different trends come in and out, and how the game has evolved now to, very fast, a lot of time on the ice, and it's changed quite a bit, right? So on the side, I opened up my own business during that time as well when I was in Ontario. And now living in BC, we have a company called Kelowna High Performance, where we train predominantly professional athletes, hockey players in the off season. So we have a whole setup there, which is, kind of everything from chiropractors, athletic therapy, nutrition, skill development, both on and off the ice. So it's kind of the full spectrum of the business. And yeah, I kind of that's my gig, especially in the summertime, is helping our clients develop and learning along the way.
If you've been doing this for 20 years, that means you like it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, tell us a little bit about what it is that keeps you magnetized to this industry.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. I love it, actually. It's I think it's probably the only thing I'm good at. I actually know it's the only thing I'm good at. But I think the people who look at it the way that I do, and I think that's a lot of great people, a lot of great coaches, that you're just curious. You're curious, and for me, it's about trying to solve problems. Like I said in my presentation, I end up doing a lot of rehab work now, and a lot of really difficult rehab, hip replacements, or hip surgeries and shoulder surgeries, and long-term rehab, and I dig into that. And obviously, there's an unfortunate part of it with the athlete being hurt, but it's a puzzle, and I think that's why I love what I do. I get to unwind that puzzle and try to, okay, can we get you back to where you were? Can we get you back to even better than what you were? And that curiosity and that let's say joy, it's kind of the only word that comes, is what drives me. And I think I'm pretty lucky to have found that. And I try to surround myself with people who are driven by a similar goal. And especially here in Kelowna and the Okanagan, there's some amazing practitioners, chiros, physios, coaches, hockey people. I mean, guys like Jason who are in the hockey community are, again, my own son is here, and that should tell you all you need to know how much I trust him and what he's doing here. And I think that's what keeps me, I know that's what keeps me going, is I tell my son, like, I don't have a job. I have a passion that allows me to do X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that's why it continues to go, because I have that, that curiosity to want to solve problems. And I think that's a long-winded answer, but it's that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind.
That's a great answer. And just to sum it up, obviously a lot of training and rehab is physical exercises and rehab programs, but I'm sure we all agree that the mind navigates the body.
Yes.
What is it that you would leave as a piece of wisdom for the kids, the viewers, the parents, other athletes? What piece of wisdom would you leave that is most impactful about how the mind navigates the body?
Yeah, I think it's not going to be sexy. I talked a little bit about it in my presentation, and the athletes I get to work with, the ones that have the most success, and by success in terms of professional hockey, I mean they're getting paid, they're playing for a long time, that to me is successful. Those athletes have a couple key traits. One of them is consistency. The guys and the girls who show up and do the work are the ones that have the most success. And my job as a coach is to help facilitate availability to play. Right? My job is, bigger, faster, stronger? Sure. Really, it's available to play. Can you practice when you want to practice? Can you play when you need to play at the level that you need to play at? And I think that philosophy for me has changed over time, for sure. I was probably more in the bigger, stronger, faster camp for a long time as a young coach, but then you start to realize what actually matters. What matters is the sport, right? Is their ability to participate in the sport at a high level, at the highest level that they can. And, so that mindset of consistency is showing up, doing the work, and really that also involves the ability to put up with it, right? My training isn't special. There's a lot of other brilliant coaches, over me. My training is consistent and it's boring, right? We do the same stuff, variations for sure. We have fun for sure, but can you put up with the same stuff? Can you put up with paying attention to your body? Can you learn? And again, the athletes that do that dig into that, they're the ones that have the success. So what I would say is be consistent and learn how to learn how to take your body to places of discomfort, not pain, but discomfort. So learning that line and learning how to show up. And that's a big part of the battle.
Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the UMH-68 Invitational, heading to the third period between Team Black and Team Gray, with Team Black holding on to the 4-3 lead heading into the third period. This is the third game of the day and the first game that wasn't tied heading into the third period. So Team Black holding on to the slim lead heading into the final 20 minutes of play. Goals in this game so far for Team Black have been scored by TJ Podolin, Mars Zhang, Elliot Fogoklu, and Hendrik Hesselgrave. For Team Gray, you've got Sutter Rouse and Stefano Tredelance with a pair of goals. For the 4-3 game, Zach Stewart on the call with you for this tournament all weekend long. Great tournament that's held for some of the best 12 U14 players from across the province, and even some coming up from the States, from Washington, to play in this tournament. So it's just great all around for the players, for the coaches, and a big thanks to the sponsors for helping put this weekend on here in Vernon at Cal Tire Place North. Also a big thanks to my man Elvin on the camera, on the broadcast, making everything run smoothly here in this 4-3 game heading into the third period of play. Both teams now back out onto the ice, ready to get this one started. Still in net for Team Black is Taylor Clark. And on the other side for Team Gray, in net still is Luke Kosher. as they're locked in a goalie battle. High-paced back and forth action here in this game. Some power plays for both teams as well, so you've seen a little bit of everything as the benches are getting loud, cheering on their team for this opening face-off of the third period. And we're underway to start off the third in this third period. Team Black is going from broadcast left to right, Team Gray from right to left. As that puck's rung around the end boards, blocked in front by Bodal. Almost knocked into his own net. Got a collective gasp from the crowd as that one's blocked, pushed back into the corner. Adkins behind his own net, drops it off to Bodal, back towards Adkins in the corner. He'll look up, connects with Rouse, try for a stretch pass, knocked out of the air, and sat at the blue line. Up with it is Sung into the offensive zone, looks to take a step, but Adkins right there to cut him off. Gets it over to Bodal. Bodal into the offensive zone, just gingerly tries to get that down and go for a line change. Not quite enough power, but Manhas able to fire it down towards the blue line. Davis unable to chase it. Podolin, up onto the far hand side, entering the offensive zone is Ugoklu with a shot. That one's to the end board, trying to tuck it, and does. Is Podolin into the back of the net. TJ Podolin with his second goal of the game. A rebound off the end boards and just tucks it into the back. His second of the game. And it is 5-3. Team Black regains their 2-goal lead, still with loads of time. 18:53 to go in this third period. Ensuing face-off, one back by Team Gray. Joyce has it. Now coming up with it over the red line. Tries to enter the offensive zone himself. Shoots it on off a stick into the netting, out of play. So face-off coming up in the offensive zone for Team Gray, who now trail by 2 with Team Black regaining their 2-goal lead thanks to a goal from TJ Podolin. A rebound tuck on the far side post. Team Gray with the face-off win, but overtaken quickly by Evans. Tries for a clear attempt, kept in by Pernal Slow. On the near side boards, looking to the blue line, spun back down deep, looking for a give and go, unable to find it. Good cover by Zhang. Joyce at the blue line, pushes it over towards Drulis, takes a shot, looking for a tip, still loose in front. Good stick lift as that one's lofted out in front of the net as Podolin will now sneak up the far side wing, going right down the middle with speed, trying to split the defenseman, but great play by the feet of Team Gray defenders to keep that one out in front of the net. As Zhang pokes it forward, Joyce right there, unable to get it out of the zone. Podoklu with a tip in front by Podolin, 1 whack, 2 whacks, couple saves in front, and kept out. Holding his ground is Kosher in net. As that one's knocked to the side, kept in by Podoklu. Gets pinned along the far side of half boards. Joyce chasing it, almost makes the block shot as that one from the point goes wide of the net to the end boards and then sent down the ice. That one's gonna go all the way down for an icing call against Team Gray. So 17:20 to go in this third period in a 5-3 game. In favor of Team Black. Face-off coming to the glove hand side of Kosher. Face-off one back, Tang with a shot through traffic, but a kick save. She takes it behind his net, goes to the far side corner, works back towards Bourget. Up towards Tang, centering feed. Colby bolts on a breakaway, beating out the defenseman, takes a shot, but getting a piece of the blocker on that save was Clark. As working at the end board, trying for a wraparound centering feed, gets it to the blue line, and she shoots it on, and a glove save. Able to track that one and snag it was Clark. For the whistle face-off coming up to the left side of black territory. Reset at the face-off dot. Tredelance comes in to take the draw. Unable to win that one back, is behind the net with it. Goes Lucas Tang. Tang has to go retreat back to get it. Right there to help out as well on the far hand side is Hesselgrave. Pushed off the puck to the end boards. She's trying to hold the blue line. Heading into the boards hard was Tang. Tang for Team Gray, stuck in the boards battle, gets it to the blue line. He'll launch it down left corner to right corner. Back behind the net, Tredelance. He'll take it on the backhand, working up into the forehand side, leaves it off along the boards towards Bolts. Bolts driving the net, but poke check on, not getting a clean shot off as she's unable to hold the blue line, forcing Bourget backtracking to try to retreat the puck, gets there first, beats out Brum to the puck, and now Bourget with a head of steam, cutting right down the middle, trying to poke it forward still. Now go for a line change, 15:45 to go in the third period. Bodal, centering feed, Tang in front, backdoor pass, one-timer to Bryant. Well, that one glancing up the body of Taylor Clark and out of play. One-timer set up, but unable to beat by Clark. For another face-off coming up in front of Team Black's goalie. Face-off push forward, Bryant trying to throw it on net, but blocked in front and taken out by Team Black. Z-Man gets pushed off the puck as Bryant takes over in the neutral zone. He'll try to cut, make a move, get around 1-2, but couldn't get around Zeman. As he'll get it in front of the net, work it behind his own net, chip it around for checker for Team Gray. Bodal works his way into the offensive zone, has to stay onside. Great patience to just flip it to the end boards. Bodal with the big hit. As backtracking is Adkins deeper into his own zone, trying to chip that one up. Hesselgrave takes over, fires it far hand side. Avery Bliss not quite there in time to get it, as that's a centering feed for Medved into the offensive zone, trying to get to his forehand, but that one's a poke check. Adkins now stepping up. Will look to shoot it, but slows it down into the corner and leaves it off at the end boards. Collision is Adkins trying to take over and work his way free away from Zeman. Unable to get that one out as down the length of the ice comes Zhang into the offensive zone, trying to get around his man, unable to do so. As needing to recover the puck at the blue line, protecting it onto the near hand side is Zeman. Driving the net now, takes a shot, rebound on the far hand side, and it's tucked into the back of the net. Another goal here for Team Black, make it 6-3, doubling up their lead with a goal on the backdoor tap-in. His second of the game for Elliot Fugoklu to extend the lead, make it 6-3 with 14:10 to go in the third period. So Fugoklu is second of the game, a tap-in on the doorstep. That's how his first one was too, not a rebound, but this one off the pads of Kosher and onto the tape. As that one's up, out of play, off the ensuing face-off, as we'll have to reset, do it again, take a couple seconds off the clock with a neutral zone face-off just outside of Black territory. Got one more game to go tonight for day one of the UMH-68 Invitational. It is Team Blue versus Team Red. After this game, seen already both teams down stretching, playing sewer ball, getting ready for their matchup. But first, we need to focus on this one. 6-3 is the score in favor of Team Black. As it's to the far hand side, Manhas keeps it in for Team Gray to the end boards. Looking for a stretch pass taken over by Team Gray with a shot on from Brady Drulis. Manhas keeps it down low. Drulis looking for a centering feed. Joey steps up from the blue line, takes a shot, another blocker save from Clark. Behind the end boards, trying to keep up to the puck on the far hand side is Davis. Getting taken down now. Pass up. 2-on-2 into the offensive zone, led by Podolin. Trying to get a step on Joyce. Good defensive work by Joyce to keep him to the corner. Centering feed Davis right there. He'll lead a rush up out over the blue line now, over the red line. Trying to go blue to blue, does, and then sends it down deep. Where Pernal Slow will be the first one there. Trying to get it back down into the end boards again. Bolts takes a hit, couldn't jar that puck free as it's lobbed by a couple forecheckers and then chipped out into the neutral zone. Austin looking to apply pressure as well as that one sent down on net. So no icing, 12.5 minutes to go here in the third period. And a 6-3 Team Black lead over Team Gray. Darlow will look for a centering feed through traffic. That one's taken away by Trenolance. Bolts and Austin able to come up with it. Austin into the offensive zone on the backhand. Just misses the net out wide as it rings into the far side half boards. 12 minutes left in this third period. Austin again, but active stick by Shee. They block that one away. Trenolance with speed into the offensive zone. Backdoor pass, taking a shot, but into the body. And covered up by Clark. Clark playing a great game here in this one, as his team leading 6-3 over Team Gray. Another face-off coming up in front of Clark to the glove hand side of him on the far hand side of the ice. Face-off, won back by Team Gray. Bryant trying to slide that one down. That one gets tied up. Medved trying to push his way through as well. Other tile up as the pile just moves deeper in towards the zone. That one chipped down the length of the ice. Sung right there to get it first, trying to get it around Bodal. He'll take a hit down to the ice. Bryant trying to throw the body as well. As that one's loose, grabbing it is Rouse. Rouse leaves it behind the end boards to Bryant. Throws a big hit as trying to get that puck is Team Black. Still loose in front. Sung with the shot. Kick save by Kosher. Another hit looking to be thrown as that one's chipped by. Now foot races. Bragg has the step and gets there first. Retreating behind his own net. Now thrown up. Turnover. Bryant takes over. Looks for a centering feed into the foot of Tang, the Team Black defender. Return back to the point. A slap shot on over top of the net. Rebound thrown towards the net as well. That's off the side. Stays a 6-3 game as Bliss looks to get that out of the zone. Kept in by Team Gray. You got Bryant looking beside him to Manhas, but unable to get there. Stepping up. Stretch pass up to Hesselgrave. Just a step in front. Joyce doing a great job of pinning Hesselgrave to the end boards, allowing Manhas to come up with it. He'll skate up, collected up the near side boards to Davis. Davis makes a move on Zeman and tries to now cut out wide. He gets taken down. Penalty coming up against Team Black. And it is going to be a tripping penalty against Isaac Zeman to give Team Gray a power play. And a big 2 minutes coming up here, down by 3 goals, 6-3 with 10-12 to play in the third period. Face-off coming to the glove hand side of Clark on the power play is Team Gray. Like I said, it's a massive 2 minutes. If they want any chance of coming back, this is where you need to start. Down by 3 in a 2-minute power play. Drulis to take the draw. Wins it back cleanly against Zhang. Driving in, taking a shot, blocked in front by Bragg. Manhas keeps it in at the blue line. Trying to angle that back down low, but then cleared down the length of the ice as Kosher plays it off beside to Joyce. Joyce beating a foot race, now leaves it behind the net to Manhas. He'll now look up ice, stretch pass up towards Davis, coming up on the power play. Right down the middle. Pernal Slow He'll toe drag, shoot it off a foot and over top of the net. And as that goes wide, Joyce able to hold the blue line over to Manhas, keeps it in. Down low, looking for a feed to the slot. Drewless with a shot, but tipped in front and blocked away. Another shot by Manhas, another block in front. As a puck battle, Team Gray trying to keep it in, unable to do so. As Podolin looks like he's sneaking behind the defenseman, trying for a shorthanded rush. Him and Zhang able to work a two-man game into the corner. Team Gray with the numbers, trying to push them off the puck and come back up ice. 50 seconds to go on the power play as Tredelance will now work up 1-on-3 as his line mates are changing. Tredelance with a sharp angle shot over top of the net. Bolts onto the ice. We're able to keep it down low. She just out of reach of him as the puck rolls slowly in towards Gray territory. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Pass up towards Shi, the defenseman leading the rush up. Jumping up offensively, he'll slow it down over the blue line, wait for his team to catch up. Bourget takes a shot on another block in front, tipped in into the glove of Clark, who will cover it up for a whistle. 16 seconds to go on the power play. 8.5 to go in this third period. 6-3, still the score. Reset at the faceoff dot, waiting for this puck to be dropped on the near hand side of the ice. Still on the power play, one back to Bourget. He'll take a look on net, but now slow things down, get it beside him to Shi. Shi driving, leaves it off for Tredelance. Tredelance looking at the net, has bodies in front of him, looks for a better angle, is out of the box. Goes Zeman, back to even strength, shot on. That one still lost in front and pushed just wide of the near side post. We're back to 5-on-5, even strength, unsuccessful power play for Team Gray. That puck comes to the near side corner. Bolt's right there to grab it. Working to the blue line, shot on, off the glove, off the end boards, rebound in front. Tredelance couldn't pull the trigger. Back to Shi at the blue line, D to Bourget. He'll send one on net, but Zeman with the block shot coming out of the penalty box, and now he'll lead a rush up ice, trying to get behind Bourget. Delayed offside, which gives Tredelance a second for Team Gray to now come up with 7.5 minutes to go. Leaves it off for Shi. Shi over the red line and hammers that left corner to right corner behind the net of Taylor Clark. Stepping up, Adkins, fresh off the bench, able to hold the blue line in the offensive zone. That one chipped around Tang. Up towards Sung, shot on, tipped in front by Tang, but tipped wide of the post. Tang recovers the rebound for Team Gray, throws it to the far side corner. Bolt's trying to be the first one there, but Sung able to overtake the puck and work it up into the offensive zone. Hostins with a shot, kick save by Kosher, as Tang now off on the rush the other way, grabbing the rebound, floats it up. Boydole into the offensive zone, fires it on, but that one's off a stick, blocked to the end boards. 6.5 minutes to play in this 6-3 game in favor of Team Black. Puck worked out forward into the offensive zone, trying to at least, but caught up by 3 Team Gray members as Sung hits his man down to the ice, trying to continue momentum. Out on the near hand side, Bryant works back behind the net. He gets taken down. Trying for a one-touch pass, cross ice. Now stepping up is Medved. Intercepted at the blue line of Team Black's territory. And Evans gets run over by Bodol. As a centering feed, getting a piece on it and trying to connect with Rouse into the offensive zone. He gets pinned along the boards by Evans. Puck deep into the end boards of Black territory, overskating it, but just getting stopped up. Out the other way, Zhang overskates it as Team Black's got to recuperate at their own blue line. Zhang into the offensive zone. He's got a passing lane looking towards a centering feed of Podolin. That does not get through traffic. Penalty coming up. It is going to be against Team Black, who touches it up right now, and it is going to be a holding a hooking penalty, I think it looks like, against Zhang. Zhang heading back to the penalty box. So power play onto the ice again. Holding the stick is going to be the call against Zhang. So 5-on-4 power play here, down by 3 for Team Gray. Going to start off in their offensive zone. Big 2 minutes, I said it last time, and it still rings true here for this power play for Team Gray. Off the draw, Team Black wins it forward. Trying to come into the offensive zone was TJ Badolin. That one's cut off. Davis now working it to his own end boards with Joyce. Joyce has to sneak behind his net. Pass it up towards Davis. Davis makes a move around Badolin. Now gets it to Manas. Will enter the offensive zone. Davis chips it around the defenseman. On the power play, looking to set up in the offensive zone. Manas comes cross ice. Shot on, tipped in front by Prenislow, but just tipped wide of the net. 4.5 minutes to go in this third period. Joyce over to Drulis. Another shot. Stand up chest save and then push behind the net. Trying for a clear. That one hits a weird bounce in the corner and stays in. Joyce looking to protect the blue line once it comes out of this fray in the corner. Joyce gets it, creeping up, takes a shot through traffic, but tracking it the whole way for a glove save is Clark. 1 minute to go on the power play in a 6-3 game. In favor of Team Black. Still on the power play. Face off, 1 forward. Treadalance takes a shot, blocked in front of him by Bragg. Treadalance gets it down low to Bolts. Bolts trying to stir a wave traffic. Gets it to the blue line. Popped back over towards Treadalance. Creeping in, backdoor pass, tapped in, but a kick save by Clark as that one stays out. Great save there by Clark to keep this a 6-3 game. Bourget has it. Center point, Treadalance backdoor to Shee with the shot and rings it off the post. That's 2 good looks. Treadalance to Shee going one side of the wing to the other, but both unable to get in. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Team Black takes over shorthanded, looking for a centering feed. Now slowing things down, sending it back now behind the net of Kosher. As out of the box goes Zhang. Successful penalty kill by Team Black. Still 6-3 game, back to 5-on-5. Full strength for both teams. Treadalance leaves it off for Bolts. Bolts trying to connect back with Treadalance in the corner. Tang unable to hold it, and that one by the defenseman, forcing Adkins backtracking in his own zone over to Bodal. Bodal throws it. Turnover in the neutral zone. Zeman unable to get by Bodal as Treadalance now into the offensive zone. Just a little bit too far in front of the pass with Rouse. In order for that one to work, Treadalance, he gets hauled down, and a penalty coming up again against Team Black. It is going to be a tripping penalty going up against Mason Hostins. So back to the power play for the 3rd time this period is Team Gray. Still down by 3, 6-3, with 2:30 to go in this 3rd period. And the next 2 minutes on the power play for Team Gray. Face off, one back by Team Black, but unable to clear the zone. Boydall able to hold it in. He's getting pushed off the puck. Medved trying to help out, dig that puck free as well. Gets to the end boards. First one there, sneaking his way through is Bryant. Bryant out towards Boydall at the blue line. Bobbles that puck, so now it's just got to play it gingerly down the wall. Bryant swiping at it, loses a stick. Boydall able to keep it in. Takes the shot on, tipped off the bar. Just a fraction of an inch one way or the other. Could have been the difference maker there. Medved looks to the point again. Boydall, shot on tipped in front on the other side. Still not out, off the bar, turnaround shot, loose in front, scramble. But Team Black able to flip it, not all the way down, but at least out of their own zone. Adkins gets it over to the near hand side, and Rouse sends the centering feed, leaves it off. Medved with a shot, shoulder save, loses it behind him, but thankfully it's to the left of the post and to the end boards. Manhas unable to hold it in, as that's a clear down the length of the ice for Team Black, trying to pick up the pace, work quickly. Manhas has it at the red line. 40 seconds to go in the power play, into the offensive zone, pushes it beside him. Davis couldn't handle it, as out the other way, Bliss and Podolin into the offensive zone. Podolin trying to get it to the end boards, gets around Joyce, picking it up. 25 seconds to go on the penalty kill, 1 minute left in this third period, so a 6-3 game in favor of Team Black. Turnover, Podolin takes the shot, top corner, and completes the hat trick over the glove hand side of Luke Kosher. It's a short-handed goal, an offensive zone turnover that Podolin is able to take advantage of and roof it to the top corner. So Podolin gets his third of the game, completing the hat trick. Face off after that last goal. Still a power play for the next 10 seconds for Team Gray. Face off. One man ass with a shot off the bar. So many crossbars and posts here for Team Gray in this game. If puck luck went a little bit differently for this Team Gray in this game, the score could be totally different. With a shot on and squeezing it between the blocker and the pads is Taylor Clark to keep this one out. 7-3 is the score here in favor of Team Black. Face off with 15 seconds to go, won by Team Black. They'll look for one last rush up ice. Taken away, that pass by Joyce. Good defensive play, Davis into the offensive zone. He'll cut to the middle, take a shot, blocked in front. And then stirred away to the side. 7-3 is the final here for Team Black over Team Gray. So Team Black avenges a loss this afternoon with a win over Team Gray. 7-3 is the final in Game 3 of this tournament. Handshake line and then 3 stars and Grit and Grind award being handed out between these two teams in a back and forth, highly competitive match. But Team Black comes away with a 7-3 win over Team Gray. Goals in this game scored by Team Gray, 2 by Stefano Tredelands and 1 by Sutter Rouse. On the other side for Team Black, 3 goals, a hat trick scored by TJ Podolin, 1 goal scored by Marzang, 2 scored by Elliot Fogoklu, and 1 by Hendrik Hesselgrave to give them the 7-3 win. Handshake line is now over, as both teams lining up on their respective blue lines as we get into the Grit and Grind Award and the 3 Stars Award. So the game's Grit and Grind Award for a $30 gift card to Brown Social House, locally owned and operated. Brown Social House Village Green provides the perfect balance between neighborhood pub and upscale casual dining. Our guests experience a premium casual environment that makes them feel at home, and that's what this term social house is all about. It's that simple. And the Grit and Grind Award going to defenseman number 3, Jack Bodell, off Team Gray. Had a great game. And now time for the 3-Star Awards. Up My Hockey. From mindset to performance, Up My Hockey is your go-to source for unlocking the next level in your game. Grow your mindset, grow your game. 3 stars third star goes to Team Gray forward Stefano Tredelands with 2 goals in this contest. 2 out of the 3 for his Team Gray. He gets a $30 gift card for Source for Sport. Second star goes to number 12 from Team Black, number 11, Elliot Fogaloo with 2 goals in this game. And then first star from Team Black, getting a hat trick, number 9, TJ Podolin with the first star of this game. First star gets a $50 gift card for Source for Sports, second star 40, and third star a 30. Up My Hockey presenting the 3-star awards. So that is it. Picture time with all the winners here before this game comes to an end. 7-3 win for Team Black over Team Gray. Final game of the night coming up here shortly. It's the final game of day 1 of the UMH-68 Invitational. It is going to be Team Blue versus Team Red. Stick around for the final game coming up shortly.